Hi, beautiful and amazing people. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Amito Mitra and I'm definitely the host on this channel. I hope you guys are doing great and I hope God is protecting all of you, because guess what? God is protecting me and I'm not complaining. In today's video, I want us to look at the cost of living in Kampala, Uganda. Yes, Kampala, Uganda is where I reside and this is where I'm well conversant with life. I've been here for almost all my life, and yes, whatever I am going to tell you is nothing but the truth. So before we even proceed with this video, I want to give you a picture of the cost of living in Kampala, Uganda in relation to accommodation, transport, food, electricity, and other basics. So I know so many people out there would like to come and settle in Kampala, Uganda, but you don't know how it is like to roll here. Now, for so many of you guys who don't know where Kampala, Uganda is, Kampala is the capital city of Uganda, and Uganda is situated on the eastern part of Africa. Yes, we are neighboring Kenya, Rwanda, Southern Sudan, Burundi, what else? Tanzania. Yes, Tanzania. Those are the countries neighboring Uganda in the eastern part of Africa. So the other thing we all have to know is that in Uganda, we use a currency called the Ugandan shillings. Yes, but in this video, I'm going to talk more of dollars because I know so many people watching might not currently be in Uganda or may not even be Ugandans. So I'm going to talk in dollars so that it is easier for you guys to relate. Yes, so for every $1, you get 3,600 Ugandan shillings currently as per 2021. So that is going to be easier for you guys to convert, just in case I mention any Ugandan shillings somewhere. So it will be easier for you guys to convert into US dollars. Otherwise, let's proceed with this video and know how it is like to live in Kampala, Uganda. In Uganda, our main mode of transport is the taxi. It's mostly used for public transport and it carries around 14 passengers. The shortest distance while using the taxi goes for around 1,000 Ugandan shillings and the longest goes for around 30,000 Ugandan shillings. That's mainly if you're going up country. We also have the buses, which are famous for driving up country, and these normally range from 20,000 onwards. Of course, we also have the Uber and Bolt apps. Yes, these ones are good just in case you don't want to use public transport. The least distance for this goes for around 10,000 Ugandan shillings while using the online apps. We also have the famous bodabodas, also known as the Okadas in the western part of Africa. These ones are very flexible. They are mostly used in the city center and the ghetto where cars don't normally reach. These ones charge from as low as 1,000 Ugandan shillings and the price increases with the length in the distance. Now guys, let's look at the accommodation in Kampala, Uganda. I for one feel like accommodation in Kampala, Uganda is a little expensive compared to other parts of the country. And not only is it expensive in Kampala, but I find the whole of Uganda very expensive when it comes to accommodation compared to other African countries. I think this is mainly because in Uganda we pay rent on a monthly basis, which is not the case with some other African countries. For example, Nigeria, which pays rent on an annual basis. So I feel like we find it costly because we are paying on a monthly than it would have cost us if we were paying on an annual basis. Take an example of a bed-sitter house. Call it a single self-contained room or a studio apartment in Kampala. This goes for around between 250,000 Ugandan shillings and 350,000 Ugandan shillings. That is roughly between $70 to $100 monthly. I really find that extreme. It's really expensive for a single room. And then a two-bedroomed house then costs between 500,000 Ugandan shillings to 1 million Ugandan shillings. I'm talking about good houses, yeah? So this is roughly between $140 to $300. I really find this extreme as well. Now the thing about price is also determined by how far the accommodation is from town or from the city center. The closer you are to the city center, the more expensive it is. Take an example, if you got a bed-sitter apartment like at $70 elsewhere away from Kampala, if you wanted the same bed-sitter within Kampala or next to the city center, it would cost you around $100, which is really, really expensive for a bed sitter, guys, for a one-roomed apartment. I really find that extreme. Now, the other thing is, when you are looking for a house in Kampala, you need to first contact a broker. Now, how do you get these brokers? You can get the broker through your LC chairperson or through a friend, or you can just go to those shops at the roadside and ask them if they know of any broker in the area, and they will always direct you to the best broker around. So once you get the broker, you can always pay them between 20,000 to 50,000 Ugandan shillings to take you around all the available houses until you get what your heart desires. Then you'll always interface with the landlord. The broker will always take you to the landlord. Then you can always agree on the price. If maybe the house is like at around 500,000 Ugandan shillings, and then you are willing to offer 450,000 Ugandan shillings, you can always talk to the landlord. It's always negotiable. You can always negotiate, and the landlord will always give you the house. So it is not a very tricky situation here. There is no standard fee for every house. So when you bargain, you can always get what you want. And then another thing about Uganda is that you don't only have to go through the brokers. Once someone tells you about an available house and you can access the house, kindly go to the house, look for the landlord, talk to them directly. It is actually better for you to interface with the landlord than it is for you to interface with the brokers, because sometimes you'll find a broker who is a con person. So at the end of it all, they'll just take your money and never give you the house. Probably the house is even taken by someone else. But when you interface with the landlord themselves, it is going to be easier for you to acquire the house, and then it will also save you from all those costs that you give unto the broker once they are looking for a house for you. So guys, that is it about accommodation in Kampala. In case you have any questions to us, you can always write them in the comment section down below, and I'll definitely reply to you. Now guys, let's take a look at food in Kampala, Uganda. So guys, food is not a problem here in Kampala, Uganda. There is plenty of food in Kampala for everyone. I think this is because of how fertile our soils are that so many people have resorted into doing farming. In the local restaurant, at as low as 5,000 Ugandan shillings, one can get a very decent local meal for themselves. The likes of matoke, rice, beans, nuts, beef, etc. So fast foods are also not that expensive. At around 50,000 Ugandan shillings, one can get a very decent meal at a very good fast food restaurant with a drink of their choice. In the ghetto, food is even sold at as low as 1,500 Ugandan shillings. So guys, once you come to Kampala, be rest assured that you will not starve at all. Food is in plenty and affordable for everyone. So guys, let's now look at electricity consumption in Kampala, Uganda. In Uganda, we mainly use a prepayment system called Yaka. This system allows customers to conveniently manage and control their electricity. It is more like buying airtime for your mobile phone line. When the units are used up, you buy more to continue using the service. Now, each unit goes for approximately 1,000 Ugandan shillings. If you don't use too much electricity, you could use around 3 to 5 units on a weekly. If you're the type of person who uses a lot of electricity, like to cook, to wash, and do all those things that electricity does, it could take you around 7 to 10 units on a weekly. So as for me, I feel like electricity is not a problem in Kampala, Uganda. When you come, you'll always have your electricity 24/7. The blackouts only happen once in a while, probably when there is a problem, like maybe they need to change a pole in the area, or maybe there is something they need to rectify. That's when power will black out. But 24/7, we are always having power, and the blackouts also happen rarely and for a little time. The longest I've experienced a blackout has been 8 hours, and immediately after 8 hours, power was back, and it never went for some good time. So be rest assured that when you come to Kampala, you'll not have any issues with power. You'll be having your electricity or your power 24/7. Now, I feel like Uganda is way better when it comes to electricity, because electricity is like our very number one source of power. In other countries, I'll give an example of Nigeria. Yes, I'm giving Nigeria as an example a lot today because I've been there and I hated the experience. Now, in Nigeria, there is no power 24/7. They don't have power. Those guys, their power will come back for like 30 minutes and disappear for 7 days. It will come back for like 20 minutes and disappear for 5 days. Like, they constantly don't have power in their country. They use a lot of generators and solar. The pollution, the noise pollution and air pollution in that country, oh God, I can't even explain. I know that Nigerians watching this video, and you should comment down below if I am lying, that country doesn't have power. But trust me, in Uganda, you'll not have issues with power. You'll always iron your clothes, you'll always drink cold water if you want to, you'll always have hot water if you want to. Like, there is power all the time. At least that is one thing for sure. You'll not have any issues with electricity when you come to Kampala, Uganda. Now, talking about water consumption in Kampala, Uganda, water is in most cases included on rent. So when you pay for your rent, be rest assured that you've paid for your water consumption as well. But in scenarios whereby you have to pay for water differently from your rent, it is not even expensive. Sometimes you'll have to pay 10,000 Ugandan shillings for water on a monthly, sometimes 5,000 Ugandan shillings. If it is too much, then sometimes you'll have to pay 20,000 Ugandan shillings. But water is not expensive in Kampala, Uganda. Even mineral water, if you are to buy mineral water in Kampala here, you'll buy it at as low as 500 shillings, 500 Ugandan shillings. That's how cheap water is in Uganda. I think because we have so many lakes in the country and rivers that supply us with this water. So be rest assured that when you come to Uganda, water is not something you should worry about. It's that cheap. So guys, with all that said, let's also talk about the salary in Kampala, Uganda. An average Ugandan graduate having a white collar job earns an approximate of 550,000 Ugandan shillings, and we all know how little that is for somebody to survive in Kampala, Uganda. There is so much to do with that little money. There is rent, there is medical bills, there is electricity, there is food, there is just so much to use that 550,000 Ugandan shillings for. So unlike Ethiopia, whereby working for the government is not an assurance for somebody to have a good life, it's a different story altogether. In Uganda, every Ugandan right now wants to work for the government because of the benefits that come with working for the government. At least there are extra allowances and extra privileges you get when you work with the government. So basically, you guys have a picture of what exactly the cost of living is in Uganda. Otherwise, I hope the video has helped you and given you a picture of what exactly the cost of living is in Uganda. And in case there is anything I have not talked about and you are Ugandan and you know about it, kindly write it down below and let's share this together. Let's give somebody out there planning to come and reside in Uganda an estimate of what exactly they will spend or what they will incur or what they'll go through as they live in Uganda. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you guys so much and I appreciate the love and support that you give unto me. May God bless you and bless you abundantly. I can't wait to see you all in my next video. Bye bye.